go. What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me for another one, and welcome back. So I think I finally got the motivation to do this. I've been talking about it for a little while. I gotta just do a few finishing touches to get my car working again. I could probably works as is, but I just gotta tighten up a few loose ends. One of them would be replace some fuses, because few weeks, actually probably a few months back at this point, I did get stranded at a car show because my key broke in the ignition. I had to rewire the push button start and all this good stuff. And in the process, I wound up popping a couple fuses in my little relay fuse panel thing that I made. So I had to like bypass the fuse, which is not a very good idea, but it was really just to turn the car on to get it on the trailer. Well, at the time it was to get home, but then it turned out with all the other stuff that happened. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check that video out. It was a long day. You shouldn't be bypassing fuses. I did this as a temporary fix just to get home. Then it turned out I didn't even get home, and I didn't even drive the car home, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Time to fix those, send it back to being regular fuses, so we have that safety. Oh, by the way, I do have a kill switch in the car, so if anything did happen with it, I could always just kill all the power to it, so there was that. So I gotta put the fuses back, rewire it back to being fuses. I think, speaking with some people on the Facebook groups, I gotta wire a relay into the ignition system for the push button start, which I kind of thought that might be the issue. So I did order relays a while back, and then I just wound up stopped using the push button and used the key in the ignition. But now, since it's broken and I'm being lazy about getting that fixed, gonna try to get the push button start to work 100% because I need a working car. Well, I mean, it's the winter time, so I don't really need a working car, but gonna get it working. Some of the motivation comes because we have the, ooh, don't drop that. We have a fender roller here. We gotta roll the fenders on the Mercedes-Benz over here, right there. But at the same time, we probably won't really have to roll the fenders. I mean, we do, because we gotta get it inspected soon, so we're gonna have to drive to the inspection station. Or we're gonna have to take this car in and out soon, because there is a body kit coming for the Benz here. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. Mine is, I did get an update on it. Mine is in the USA, but it's still sitting in customs right now. So that's a plus. Let's get into this. First, I'm probably gonna move the car out, so I actually have some room here. A little chilly out, so we're gonna close the garage door again. I don't know where my heaters are. And then we're gonna change the fuses and start working. Good thing I have my little relay panel back there, because I have no memory on how to wire a relay, so I could actually use that as reference on which one is the regular power and which one sends out the high power. I'll explain a little bit more when I get to relay time.
Okay, let's go. No, it's not working. The battery's dead.
Wait.
That's good. Really good. I don't know how much you can actually see. Car's dead, so I'm gonna push it out. Okay, come on. I'll deal with that in a minute. I think what I need to do is get a second one of these so I could just put both cars on trickle chargers the whole time when they're parked in the garage. All right, after moving all the cars around, let's take a quick peek. I just looked at what I did, and it's gonna be very easy to reverse that for the fuses. But one problem is I gotta find the fuses, so I'll show you what we're looking at here. They're not regular mini fuses. And I knew I have them around somewhere, but I don't know where the hell I have them. So it's gonna take a little bit of, might take a little bit of looking around for it, but let's see what we got here. So I'm trying to look at this reverse. This is the panel I made. Obviously this is the back seat, the passenger side. These are the relays. There's a little fuse section here. If you see, these are larger fuses than just the regular standard small ones. So I need whatever these yellow ones are. I don't know if those are 25s or not. I don't really remember. But I need one for there and one for that. One's ignition and one's accessories. So let me find those. Oh yeah, and if you just see, I just jumped out power wire. I just had wire in my little bag that I carry around all the time. It's a pretty, I feel like it's a good thing to just always have extra wire with you. So this wire I cut. This is the main power for this whole panel. So I put power tapped off from there, jumped it down to here, which would actually be the other side of the fuse. It actually, the power comes through here, through the fuse, then comes out here, powers the relay. So obviously I just bypassed the fuse there. I didn't actually have to take the fuse out, but they were blown and whatever. Bypassed them, threw that in there to send that power. So like I said earlier, don't really want to be bypassing fuses, but it was kind of like emergency situation, so that's why we did that. And let me just find these fuses, pop that out, just 2 Phillips head screws, and just undo it, put the fuse in, and that's done. And then we'll talk about the relay. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Relays are under here. I see those. These are fuses for the Mercedes-Benz. Don't see. Ooh, I could just use these. Those would work. Let me look in a couple more spots before I just take those and use those. This was actually my first switch panel for the car. Pretty cool. But I always did have problems with this, which is the same as the button that's on the car. I think I know the reason why, which I spoke about earlier. I think I got this off Summit or Jegs. Pretty easy, pretty good, pretty pre-made, comes with everything you need. Not too bad. I can't find them, so I'm just gonna steal the ones off the other switch panel. So these are fuses. I don't know if you know anything about fuses, but if you see that little loop in there, that means it's good. If that's not connected to each other, that means it's blown. Yeah. You could also take a voltmeter, put it on continuity, go across the 2 if you can't like see through, or there's even these little tabs right here. You could press those when they're in, when it's plugged in. I would show you on this relay panel, but I disconnected the battery already. Since we're doing electrical stuff, I disconnected the battery. This one has lights on it to tell you which fuse is blown. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. Fuse is changed. Now here comes the fun part. Here comes the fun part of taking that panel off. So that panel right there has to come off. It's 4 Allen keys. The only problem is there's plugs at the top right there. I don't think you can see the angle right here. I can't give you more light. There's plugs at the top there for the hazards and the defroster for the rear, which I'm not even sure if either of those work, which are annoying to plug and unplug. All the other wires should be long enough, but then that engine start stop button, which is that button right there, that one, that has to get rewired into that whole hodgepodge that's right there. So I was going to show you how to wire it, but very tight in there. I was barely able to get my hands, and I kind of confused myself. So I had to go back inside and look at the computer to remember, kind of refresh my memory on how the hell to wire these things. I mean, the relay was kind of self-explanatory, but then with the switch, it was kind of mind-boggling. But I think that's relay. I think that has 2 relays in line. There's like a main relay, and then I put between the switch and the ignition a relay, I think. If this doesn't work, I was looking at the piece of the original ignition. I could probably just mount it and make like some sort of bootleg key to just turn it, because that was working. So that's always another option, but I think I got it wired up. I will, if you look at this quick, the red, I wound up cutting the red. Blue is just your main power coming in. Just give that power. Black, ground, very simple. This is where it starts to get a little tricky in my mind. The white wire, that's the coming from your switch. You, if you want a push button or like a toggle switch, you want to flip the toggle switch on, and that's what you want to send the signal to this. this is your main power. So if you want to power fans and like all the big stuff, this is your power wire for that. So pretend this is your new, I guess, red wire in the car. If you want to go like battery terminal style, black and red. Red is your main power. So this would be your new main power to power your items. I think I explained that right. I know my other relays are hooked up right because those have been working for over a year now. This one I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna rehook the battery up, open the garage door, and see if that works before I close everything up. Like I said, if anything, I'll put it back to the way it was and then just try to wire up that other thing. Actually, I don't even have to put it back to the way it was. I just unplug the plug that's underneath the steering wheel. I haven't started the car in a while either, so this is another plus, I guess. Let's see. We got a plus here. No fuses popped. Let's see. Nope. Okay. One other thing, I guess it's kind of wired okay, but because it is sending power, one other thing that may be an issue that I don't want to change is these connections here. So these connections, I just have them kind of like jammed in the plug. That's probably another issue, but I don't want to make those permanent. Unless the switch isn't grounded good. Maybe I'll change that. All right, so I added a ground that's temporary AF, like real. You don't even want to know. There's a jumper cables and a spike involved, but let's see. Nope. All right, now I put this thing back. I don't have the light in here, but this is what we got. I'm gonna wind up sticking a screwdriver in here. This is the back side of the ignition thing. Gonna stick a screwdriver in there and turn that. See if that works. I put the plug back together. Down for this. Need two hands. I think you just gotta turn it the right amount. This will definitely wind up dying because the cold start is not the greatest on this car. Let me go get another battery while this warms up a little bit, and don't know if I'm taking it around the block, but definitely gonna drive it out, turn it around, and park it better because it's kind of half in the spot right now, and it's kind of annoying. Not sure if I'm gonna take it around the block because kind of don't have a front bumper, but I'll show you what you're looking at right now. So it does start with the screwdriver. Might just make some sort of might just fabricate something to make that work. This is how we look right now. These tires have very little traction in the cold. Just to let you know. Federal 595 RSRR. Oops. I didn't hit enough boost to open up the wastegate, and because it was very quick, I just went around the block. There's not really anywhere to do that. Very rural. My neighbors will hate me if they don't already hate me. But I guess there's still water in my dump tube, my wastegate dump from that day, which is weird because it's been a while ago, but I guess it's been cold enough where it didn't have enough time to evaporate, so I don't know if you can hear it. Wow, it's pretty chilly out today. I actually always forget that we have to kind of leave the bends on a charger because there's an alarm system on it that kills the battery. Gotta remember that. So I might order a second one of those just to put both of them on the charger. But anyway, that's it for today. You saw my fail of trying to fix that. Well, it's really ghetto-fied, put back together, but it's kind of back together. It runs. I gotta put some interior pieces back on, maybe mount that other thing, maybe like fabricate something to use it as an ignition key, like a fake ignition key, or I could just go get the real one fixed. That would probably be the smart thing. Fuse is fixed, car drives around the block as you saw. Pretty happy about that. It's running, and that's a plus. So thanks for joining me on this video. We got some special things coming up soon. I think I said earlier in the video, body kit coming from the Benz. My body kit is in the USA at Customs, so that's a big plus. That's it for now. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave some comments down below. If you know how to fix my starter issue, I was pretty convinced that all I needed was the relay, and the relay didn't help. So I feel like there's another issue. I actually fear that I have to make permanent connections underneath the dash there for those wires. Like I feel like those slide-in connector things probably aren't good enough for what I'm trying to do with it. We'll see. I'll figure something out. But thanks for joining me. Join me again, and see you on the next one. Peace.